Welcome to Where We Learn. In this lesson, we're going to customize the experience for our students in all their interactions. Firstly, we have to understand what those interactions are. There are 4 interactions between logging in and studying something. The first is the login page. This allows the system to know which student it's dealing with and has the first wow factor, especially for a brand new student. Next up is the notice board. This is your online classroom. It allows you to give notes and directs the attention of your students. Following this is the lesson. This lays out all the materials that the student is going to learn from. In other words, the outline of the course or the summary of the materials. Finally, we have the material itself being delivered. This is the heart of the learning itself. Now that we know what we're going to customize, let's get to it. We start by looking at an uncustomized login. Therefore, we go to the login page. Clear, simple, uncluttered, yet it's the same for every class. Time to put your stamp on it. To let Where We Learn know with what to customize it, we add a little bit to the URL. We add question mark, the letter A, equals, and the public code from your class. The name of your class appears on the page, and you know you're ready to get customizing. To speed up customization of the page, we're going to put the login on the left, and we'll do the customizing on the right. These are just 2 browsers, but in the one on the right, we're logged in and we navigate to the settings of our class. First up, the background color of that box with our class name, easily set by choosing a color. We choose the color, we then scroll down to update the settings, and then we refresh the page on the left to pick up the new settings. Please note that Where We Learn uses algorithms to pick up the best contrasting colors for whatever color you choose. That's nice, but how about something a bit more striking? The amazing team over in Pixabay facilitates some striking images for all uses. In this example, we're going to build a lesson about engines. So we'll go for an engineering style theme. We find a picture, right click, choose copy image address, and we paste that into the image. This sets the selectable picture for our class throughout the entire system and on the login page. Note how hovering over the image gives us the name of our class. You can use any image, including one with your name in it. Using the same image, we can be a bit bolder. We add an image to the background of the login page itself. This might be a bit too strong, so there are other visual changes that we can make. The Google font team makes fonts available to the world to use. So we have some of theirs available to apply. We remove the background image and instead change the font. I chose Tangerine as it's quite a visual difference and you can instantly see the difference on screen. My personal style is big and bold, so we can push the boundaries a little further. How about a moving animated background? The team over in YouTube Stock provide amazing animated backgrounds you can use. So how about continuing our engineering theme? We search for something appropriate. Their website has loads of choice. It's all about finding something appropriate to your style and your class needs. This one looks interesting to me and my tastes. So we'll find the URL of the MP4 and copy that into the login background. I also swapped the font back to the easy to use, easy to read sans serif Montserrat font that is the default of the system. I changed the color back to a grey to remove any chance of red, and I update the settings. Now look at our login page. You can use a personalized CSS style sheet as each element on the page has its own unique class which you could customize for yourself. The keywording is set to change to the user's language preference. The Google and Facebook login buttons are set by Google and Facebook. So let's customize the next interaction, the notice board. In lesson 208, customizing your class notice board, we go into the detail about all the options available to customize the notice board. In the screen on the left, we're logged in as a student, and on the right, we get to change the settings. Again, the appearances, the images, and so on are all available to us to be able to play with, but we're now looking at the notice board. So we leave it as 3D, we're going to use a custom background, and we picked up the same MP4 that we used as the login background, and we're going to use that. And on one of the faces, we're going to paste in that same engineering image. Quick update later, we now have an animated background and a face with a little transparency. So again, with the same tweaking, we're going to remove that transparency off this image to make it solid. Update, save, refresh, and suddenly this is the appearance you get when you log into your class. There are two ways to draw attention to a student to your lesson. You can add an urgent message to immediately draw their attention, or if there are dates, you can create a course. Either way, we're going to need a lesson, so let's go build one. I've done research and found good videos to use in my Introduction to Engines lesson. Now in high speed, I'm going to bring it together. On YouTube, lesson 202 goes into the detail about how to build this lesson and bring the materials together, whilst lesson 203 goes into building a course, assigning dates, and customizing it. So this video is showing a sped up version of all of that work being done. To continue this demonstration of customization, we're going to tweak our lesson a bit. Once the lesson is built, we go into the lesson settings, we choose the appearance tab, and now we can add images as icons for the lesson, but also to set as the background of our lesson. We choose an image, we paste it into our image, and we're also going to use that same image as the background for our lesson. We can also change the font here if need be. The power of Open Graph is available to us as well, so we paste in the image for when we're sharing it. We give our lesson a title and a description. In lesson 302, we explain what Open Graph is and what it can do for you when sharing your educational materials. Again, we're improving the interaction experience. Now, in high speed, we go and create our course and schedule up the delivery of all of the materials in that lesson. With that done, we're now going to tweak the course settings. This allows us to be able to customize the appearance of our course, so we can give it an image, an icon, a background, and we also have the full power of Open Graph available to us as well. To see how this appears to a student, we put it side by side, we refresh the page, and we go to our Outline tab. The only problem here is there's not much to see. We actually have two courses scheduled up, but there's nothing much appearing for us. So we need to customize our course in order to be able to make it appear more visually appealing. So we go into our settings for our course. We choose an appropriate image to be able to describe what this particular course is going to be about. We copy image address, and we're going to paste that into the appearance for the image. Paste it in. Quick update and a quick refresh of the interface now gives our students something entertaining and engaging to be able to look at and select from. Here's the course outline automatically built for us. The images from Open Graph from YouTube have been added to your course outline to make it colourful, but we can easily override these settings and put in whatever we need. When we view this material in the lesson, we get the fourth of our interactions for customization, the material itself. We can go back to the lesson and see that the third level, the lesson, has been customized as we tweaked it during the lesson build. Taking one of the materials as an example for customization, we find the material interface that we want to tweak or update. We go back to our dashboard. We go into our creator flow. Inside here, we do a quick search for our material. We search for the material by name because that can quickly filter through, especially if we have lots of different materials we use. And we use the details button to be able to go in to customize it. Again, the appearance tab and Open Graph are available to us to be able to tweak this material for its delivery. We update the background to our animated background and the font just for demonstration purposes. We have covered a lot of ground in 9 minutes. This video hopefully demonstrates to you the visual control you have over your students' interaction experience. There are loads more videos to explore and tools for us to use, so please explore and enjoy learning with WhereWeLearn.